I still have these solar panels sitting on pallets because the amount of trees I'd have to cut down plus the amount of money I'd have to spend in hardware to mount them costs more than just buying high-end brand new panels that cost 10 times more. When I purchased these for 25 bucks a piece, I thought I was a genius. I was really proud of myself and thought, man, if everybody knew what I know here, they will just be buying used solar panels like crazy. And then I started pricing out things like Unistrut or just galvanized hardware and the treated lumber that it was going to take to put 70 panels on my property. And then I started looking around trying to find a spot where I could even get them into the sun. Most of my property is 100% wooded, and I only have a few places that actually get sun. But I can't fit 70 panels in this location. The last video I posted on this channel was where I built out this 4-panel array with the Sirius 415 watt panels and the IntegraRack ballast rack system. This new array does more than 4 times what these old panels did, and the footprint is so much smaller. The used panels are 25 bucks, and these Sirius PV 415 panels, which are bifacial, so you can actually get sun hitting them from the back side and allows you to get more than 415 watts. These panels clock in just under 200 bucks. At quick glance, it sounds like the $25 panel that gives you a little over 100 watts a piece is going to be a heck of a lot better deal than the 415 watt panels for almost $200. But now let's take into consideration the racking. If we're going to go with the IntegraRack mount right here, it's $115 a piece, right? Now you need 1 rack for each solar panel, but you actually need 2 racks for the first one. So let's say all you need is 400 watts of power. Now, if you were to use the old solar panels, you're going to need 4 of them to get about 460 watts. $25 each is going to cost you 100 bucks. However, now you need 5 IntegraRack racks. So those are $115 a piece. The total, $674 to use the old panels. Now, if we take the new panels, we need just a single 415 watt panels. Yes, the total wattage is a little bit lower if you don't consider the bifacial gain. If you do, you can actually get a little bit more. One new panel is going to be $195, and you're gonna need 2 racks at $114, and the total is gonna be $425 to get the new panels with a 4x reduction in footprint. So it is absolutely cheaper to go with new panels if you consider in the racking. Now, you can build your own racks, but if you have to go buy that material, you're still gonna be out 4 times as much. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Now we've got all of these trees, at least where I live. Trees are everywhere. In order for me to get this same amount, I have to take my array and quadruple the size of it. I have to get over here. It's got to come all the way to this location. Actually, it's beyond this. Now it's got to come over here. So what happens when the end of the array and only 1 or 2 panels is in the shade, like it is right here? The entire array now drops to the output of the one that's in the shade, which can be next to nothing. So if I were going to put an array that gives me the same output as those guys right there, those 4 with the older panels, it would have to either be double stacked or it would have to stretch all the way over here and be in the shade. Now you say, well, of course, put some optimizers on there. I could do that, and that would allow the ones that are in the shade to not bring down the ones that are in the sun. However, that's extra costs. So now we're even more expensive for the same thing as just buying new panels. On top of that, if you're buying right now before the end of the year, you've got the 30% tax credit. I don't know that that applies to used panels. I don't think it does. The used solar panels that look like a fantastic deal, once you take into consideration the amount of racking that you're going to need to use, now aren't such a great deal. Black Friday is just around the corner, and there are going to be deals on solar panels like crazy. Also, don't forget, if you're shopping at Signature Solar, use my discount code and my link so you'll get an additional $50 off of your order when you purchase these things, and you're not going to get that on used solar panels either. Right here is a link to the video where I built this array. Check it out, you're going to like it. I'm Eric with East Texas Homestead, encouraging you to live faithfully and prepare thoroughly for good times or bad. I'll see you on the next one.